being somebody who's always dreamt to go to the Gophers, I used to be that girl, like I used to look up to those players and be like, oh my gosh, like I want to be you, like you're so cool. And I used to go to the games and be like, will you take a picture with me? And then when they would say yes, I'd be like, oh my gosh, so it's just kind of like incredible for me to now be in that position.
Sydney Schnichels of Willmar, Minnesota is the #1 volleyball recruit in the state of Minnesota and a top 25 player in the entire nation. So yes, she certainly wears the crown, quite literally, as that cool upperclassman that her younger self always aspired to be. But her journey was not without the hard work and dedication of the entire Schnichels family.
I actually am the oldest of 5 siblings, and the youngest 2 are twins. That in and of itself was a huge sacrifice because they not only were taking time out of their own lives to drive me, but they also were sacrificing time with the other kids and get rides home with other people. My grandparents, they would drive me or take turns watching the kids. And it's just like, it really was like a family effort, like kind of a community thing.
So with the family on board, mission Get Sydney to the Gophers commenced with 2+ hour-long drives to the cities happening on a regular basis.
Club day, I would, kind of the same as high school, as I would get up, I would get ready to go and go to school, get a bunch of work done, go to all my classes, and then I would immediately go home after school and get a little snack, and then pack some food for the night. At about 3:45, I would leave, and sometimes I would drive myself. Sometimes my mom or dad would take turns, or my grandparents when they're around. We'd drive to practice, and then once I got there, I would, kind of say hi to my teammates, do a good warm-up, and then we genuinely practice for like 2.5 hours, sometimes 2 hours and 45 minutes. And then we would take all of our stuff off, and then we would go and get some food, and then drive home and do homework on the way home, and then go to bed at like midnight, and other times maybe closer to 1, depending on how fast I shower, because I can be a little slow sometimes.
As you just heard, her work ethic and dedication were 2 things that were never in question.
She's constantly playing volleyball. I mean, over the summer, talking with her and everything, she's keeping me updated. She went from, she's traveling all over Florida, and then she went to the USA tryouts and got a second tryout, and she went to the cities and did Northern Lights for a couple years. And so that's like 2 or 3 practices, a week. So she'd have to leave school, and then you drive 2.5 hours to the cities and practice, and then drive home that night. And she's definitely put in her time, and she loves the sport. Like, you ask her, what do you want to be when you're older? A volleyball player.
Coach has had a front row seat to it all.
She's definitely the leader on the court. She's always talking, defense, calling the ball, whatnot. And if she gets a good set, she's going to pound it. And she's great about mixing up her shots, though, as well. So that's what makes her also a well-rounded player.
It's all culminated in her dream coming true. Yes, in a year's time, it will be her family coming to visit Sydney in the cities, because she'll be playing for the University of Minnesota. Yes, becoming a Gopher, committing to the maroon and gold.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like this feeling of just like, wow, kind of awe. Like, I can't believe it actually happened when I dreamt about it and prayed about it for so long, and now it's here, Like, it's just... Yeah, and it was very emotional for my family too, because it's been like a lot to try to get to this point, but very exciting nonetheless.
My name is Alex Zappa, and this has been another edition of Senior Spotlight on Valley Sports North Digital. We'll see you next time.